Hey, what up? So this is just a little sample video for me to see exactly how I'm gonna be doing things. Um, uh, I gotta figure out a way to screen share with y'all, but until I can screen share with people, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just use my iPad and have it behind me, like one of these cats in the Dogecoin videos I'll be watching, and I'm gonna just use the iPad to do that. So when I need to show y'all something or play a video, then it'll be like over my shoulder right here until I can get it set up where I do the green screen background and get a little bit more advanced. Um, hang on, hang on a second. All right, so he's the one that's right. But yeah, so I know it's been a minute. Let me say this though, for the people that signed in for the Patreon 3 months ago, and y'all have been in tier 3 and y'all have been waiting patiently for me to get this organization together to be able to present the live streams, and I want to set it up so at least like we can either talk to each other, or maybe I'll do a Zoom where y'all can call in so that people can hear the audio at least from off here if we can't get a direct linking, whether in the comment section or where somebody can join the call and then we can have the dialogue or whatever and then expand into the lesson. But we'll figure it out as we move along. I see that there's one person in here, so that might be just me. I'm not sure. But there's no comment. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to work all this shit. Okay, so I can share it with WhatsApp, Twitter, and all this other stuff. That's to block my audio. That's my live time. That's how many people are in there. That's how many likes. Let me see, edit. Oh, and I'm just realizing now that in order for me to have the comment section done or available, I have to make it so that it's not kid friendly, not child friendly, so that when it's not child friendly, y'all can type whatever it is y'all want, and then I actually interact. And then with the other one, I got to make it so that you don't have the limit of being 18 or older. I make, y'all know my delivery. I'm trying to tone down on the cussing just so that we can have more expansion on people who pay attention to the material, um as well as nobody's excuse for why they're not considering what's being said. We don't care what you consider is being said, or how it's being said. It's just consider what's being said. Not saying that you got to be disrespectful, but sometimes it takes a little bit of passion to express yourself. And I'm still not aware if the one person that's there do I count as the one person, or is it just people in general? I'm not sure. But I just want to fuck around with this. And I'm gonna post it to see what the quality is like. And then see if I have to actually buy a microphone. I might just do that to have the mic sitting, like right here or something. And then I'll have the little iPad stand so that the iPad can stand behind me, like in the financial advisor, I think is his channel's name on YouTube. But I rock with him when it comes to the Dogecoin shit. But I guess let me just show y'all well, I can't screen share with this. Or if anybody knows how to screen share with this joint, then that would be nice. What is this? Yeah, you can't really lock off anything. Yeah, I thought live would have a little bit more to it, but I guess not. I guess I'll figure it out as I go along. But hang on. So for those of y'all interested in the dimensions lesson, I gotta finish writing the notes on this. So as y'all can see, it's read already. It's done. The only step that's left is to do, like I said, the notations. So y'all know my style. I finish reading the books. I'll do the book review, and then we'll write the lesson based off of what we can use um, from whatever the source is. This is the current one that I'm trying to get through. Okay, I've got to do things like this. There's a few more books I want to read before I get to the Dimensions and Heavens lesson, but y'all going to murder me if I don't if I don't get these lives and these videos up, so that I can meet the obligation of what I promised y'all. It's just I wish that most of the people will understand how much work it takes to kind of piece everything together. And then just because you read the book doesn't mean that the conclusion comes to you right away. Sometimes it takes time for the conclusion to come. But in this case, for the dimensions lesson, like I've been holding on to this for like 5 years, and it's a lot. Like I'll put it this way: since I've been gone, I've learned a lot more in greater detail, and I have more things that can hinge on to each other to kind of make sure that the bond between the lesson and the point I'm trying to make doesn't break. You know, they kind of hold together like this. But yeah, so just allow me some time. I'm finishing this. I'll be pretty active. Maybe probably twice that week. I'll be on vacation in Las Vegas. Be chilling with my lady, and I will tune in to, if y'all want to do a book review, I'll probably vote on it. Have y'all vote on it. We'll decide which book we want to kind of do the book review for. I owe you guys a Q&A for the Jade Helm. I'm still working on it. We only on section like 10 or 11. There's about 25 to 30 sections. This is a lesson plan that's not like the Dimensions of Heavens will likely take about 2-3 weeks to complete, and then we can do the Q&A and then the live lesson. That's that material is set. But the Jade Helm thing, I know it seems really technical. It's a lot of jargon, and it's a lot of slow pace. Doesn't seem like it has a real conclusion to it just yet. But the reason why I'm putting them in the order I'm putting them is because, like I said, they all kind of hinge onto each other. So once the hinging is done, then I can pull the garment up and y'all will see that it doesn't break. It won't, you know what I mean? It's well put together. And the lesson plan is huge because it deals with what we're all about to face in about the next 2 or 3 years. It's already in place. They're completing it. The 5G grid system, once it's up and it's done, it's over. Okay. We move to the next phase of the prophecies that are in the book. So this stuff on the Jade Helm and the multiplicity of the subject matter will allow us to divulge into prophecy to show and prove why we're saying we're in these end days. And the capabilities spoken of in the prophecies are outlined in the Jade Helm lesson. So that's what I need folks to realize and folks to see. Please be patient with me. Anybody who's dissatisfied with the activity level on the page that has been around, in tier 2 or tier 3, if you are adamant that, I was expecting you to have the videos ready and the lives ready, and I'm not satisfied, holla at me, please. Holla at me in the DMs of the Patreon, or just private message me in the DMs of the Patreon so we could work something out. The most important thing that I wanted people to understand is this is not a money grab for me. This is making people respect my time and my effort thing for me. And the only way to make Black folk do that, and just people in general do that, is by making them put their money where their mouth is. So I know that $25 seems like a lot, and it did initially at me at first. I was going to do it at like $10, and then niggas got in my ear. It was like, yo, you fucking crazy, all the work you doing and all this and that. Because in my head, I thought that I was charging y'all for the knowledge and the wisdom God given me. Which I still kind of feel that way, but I do understand when people say I'm not really charging them for the scriptures or the breakdown necessarily that God has given me. I'm also charging you for the work ethic, the time that it takes, which that I definitely understand. because it does take a lot of time, and I'm using my own resources, my own money, um, as I should, to buy the resources that I need. So all them books that y'all be seeing me with that cost $1,000 or cost $500 or $200, I got a whole loads of books like that. And I actually read them and I show you the books. I share the sources with you. So that's kind of the point of this, is so that I can get some help, or some compensation in that regard, so that I can just put it back into my presentation, put it back into my work, and then be able to deliver this information on a grander scale other than just here. And I see that God has a few people in my life. Hang on. Brought a few people in my life. I won't mention names just because I don't want a public running association with some of these people, not in the fear of my association with them, but in the fear that their association with me in time will likely be a detriment, because of the things that I'll have to say and teach. Which, as time goes on, will give me greater pleasure in doing so, because it means that I can't be cancel cultured. And that's the one thing that I do fear, is being cancel cultured. Sorry, my nose is like, I'm getting older, so the hair on my nose is getting longer. So shit be itchy than a motherfucker sometimes. But yeah, I'm just weary of the cancel culture. I've got some dough saved up, but not enough for me to not work for a year and then look to be hitting a real struggle the year after. So I'm trying to get to the point where I've got as much as I can get, and I have the respect of the platform. So you don't have the petty shit going on, and me having to deal with certain amounts of distraction. But yeah, so at this point, I'm kind of just rambling to you. I'm trying to think of what I want to say or what I need to say to you guys, in terms of when the next live lesson will be. It'll likely be when I'm in Vegas. We'll try and get this Jade Helm one out the way. And that way I'll actually have the whole day, because working nights, this shit ain't easy. And then I'm working in a hospital again. So, there's only so much time I can give to doing this here. But I think I'm going to quit the second lab that I'm at, so that I could do this Patreon shit full time. So I work 4 days a night at this hospital gig, and then I work 2 days a night at this private lab, or 2 nights a day at this private lab. So I may give the private lab up so that I can concentrate 3 days. So the Shabbat plus 2 free days, or after Shabbat that evening, and then the 2 free days that I'll have to do the live, do the Q&As, upload videos, or really go in all day on a lesson plan. I don't want y'all to feel like I don't appreciate the money that y'all are giving. Like I said, I did the breakdown. I think $25 a day come out to like 84. I mean, $25 a day. That's rape. $25 a month come out to like something like, I think it's like 84 cents a day. So that's nothing. Niggas be buying Snickers or, straw powers or power straws, whatever them sweet straw things. Niggas spend $1 every day on nothing. So that's why I didn't, once, and this is somebody else who did the math for me. Cause at first I was like, man, $25 sound like a lot. And it is a lot, but I'm also giving a lot. So like I said, for the people who have been, on the Patreon, and y'all have been in tier 3 and y'all are just not satisfied at all. I fucks with that. I understand that. I just don't want nobody to think that I'm shortchanging them or trying to scam them or cheapskate them. I'm one of the realest niggas that you'll probably see doing this in our generation, in terms of our people. One of them, I'm not saying the realest. It's not a competition. Never has been. God got my portion for me. You know what I mean? But what I will say is the only way you'll find out about the lives, at least as far as YouTube or just anything in general, is via the Patreon. So I'll be announcing for the people in tier 3, like a day in advance, at least 24 to 48 hours in advance, for the most part, when we're gonna have lives. I may do a pop-up live if I have one patient or, maybe two, but it's easy. But if I got three patients, it's, like I need to make sure that I get my personal work done for my career. And then I can focus on y'all. Otherwise, I can't focus on y'all because I won't have a career. So it's kind of like a catch-22 where I'm trying to get out of this and just do this full time and be able to teach. Um, but we'll see. Whatever God got for me, got for me. But yeah. So back to this book. Before we get into the dimensions and heavens joint, I just wanted to finish this because this deals with relativity, quantum mechanics, superstring theory, M theory, or multiple universe theory. All of these things that the white man is coming up with labels with, our Torah Tanakh has already discussed and divulged information wise and wisdom wise. So when I read books like this, I can like verses, literally verses pop into my head. If it's not verses, it's like paraphrasing the verses. So I just hit the Google real quick with the paraphrase, and then usually I'll be able to find the verse. Or I go to my preset book that I've been making the last couple of years, and then I'll find it in there. But yeah, so right now you can see, I'm getting the highlighting in. The book isn't done. I'm about halfway, I think. So where am I at? I'm about page 147 out of about 400 pages. So I got another 200, 300 plus pages left. But I do be getting through it relatively quickly. So that way, at least by the second week, I'm aiming for by the second week of July, we should get, at least the tier 1 level post for the heavens and dimensions breakdown going. All right. Oh, so let me explain to you what I kind of feel like I should do. And then y'all will let me know in the comment sections like, yo, I heard what you said, but maybe you might consider this or may consider that, or whatever y'all suggestions are, y'all opinions are, so we can kind of organize the schedule in a way for me to operate. So again, forgive me, like the YouTube thing is all new to me. It's a little bit easier for me to have my phone in my hand and just, hold a button or press a button and just talk. It's easier. And it's kind of the same here, but there's a little bit more technical nuances to it. And I see we're getting more people in here. It's about 8 people. So yeah. So for the folk in here, y'all may be able to see this because I made this public. But in terms of doing the live lessons, if you're not on the Patreon, then you won't be able to observe the videos and the links. And the only way to observe the videos and the links in the Patreon is to be in tier 3. All right. So this brings me back to what I was saying. So tier 1, that's the basic IG style posting, meaning the memes, which essentially are just collage edits that I do to get all the symbolic points that I need into one imagery. And then usually I'll follow that up with some articles or snippets of a book or whatever. But in this case, with Patreon, we can do a lot more. So I know that for those y'all that are in there for tier 1, y'all see the level. Like I can write a whole dissertation within the caption. And on top of that, the benefit is whatever articles or proofs, legislations, documents, whatever videos, whatever it is I need to put in the hyperlink, you'll see me. So that's where the hyperlink may show up as a reddish color for you, or maybe blue or black or but bold. Click those so that if you're not familiar with a term and you don't think that I adequately explained it well enough for you, you click the term, or you click the sentence that is the hyperlink, and it'll bring you to the location where you can do further in-depth study if you need be. Or you can wait until I finish doing the obligations for tier 1, right? Which will set me up for a reason to then do the live lessons and then the Q&A, if that makes sense to you. So I think hopefully I'm sounding well with the shit. But yeah, so damn, I can't even get no feedback from y'all because I selected child friendly. So I guess when it's child friendly, they don't allow the comments to come in. So my bad for that. But yeah, so this is the idea behind the Patreon and how I think I'm gonna run it. And again, if y'all got objections to it or suggestions, just hit the comment section of this video to let me know, what way you think would be best to operate. Hang on. All right, he's good. So yeah, so tier 1. So like I said, IG style, you get the basic posting with the typing out, right? So for that, like I said, you can see me exhaust everything. It's got the hyperlinks in there. I can break it down into sections as opposed to having a cap limit of what was it, like 500 characters on Instagram. Now I could type the whole thing out, flush everything out in full detail. I could put images where they need to be appropriately put, or put video links the same way, which is cool. And then after the tier 1 obligation, then you'll get for those of them in tier 2, usually what I'll do is I'll post you the books that are associated with said subject matter, which are within the library page. So tier 10, y'all have access to viewing the material that we use. So whether it be documentation, books, y'all never really see me use magazines, but that's not to say that I wouldn't. I just haven't found the place to use a magazine just yet. But y'all gonna see books, magazines, documents, legislations. So pretty much anything that's printed. You'll see me share with you the link. That's the benefit of tier 2, and there's a few other benefits there as well. Now, tier 3 is where y'all all get it done. You get everything. So you get tier 1 benefits, tier 2 benefits, plus the personal mentorship. So anytime you want to DM me and you want to know a verse for this or that, I got you. If you want to know a book suggestion for this or that, I got you. If you want, because after I get everything running, so I'm anticipating by the fall, I'll have more time, since there'll be more material on the page, collected on the page, and more video lessons that people will start to traffic in, which would give me time so I could take maybe 2 weeks so I can upload all of the archive videos that I've saved for the last 10 years. Videos that aren't on YouTube no more, aren't on Daily Motion. You're not going to find some of these shits on the web. Or if you do, it's very difficult. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on, apologize for that, just in case some of y'all saw that spit on my lip. But I'm a load up these archive videos. These are full-fledged documentaries, man, or just news reports that they've taken down on some sly shit. We're gonna bring them back up. We're gonna put them on the YouTube page, which is why you guys should spread this YouTube page to people, even if they're not on the Patreon. Still, just spread the YouTube page to people, so that way they may not have access to the personal videos that they'll do, but they'll have access to the video material that they'll see me watch. Actually, nah. Nah. That's actually a benefit for tier number 2, is that they'll have access to these videos. So sorry if you ain't on the Patreon. There's no benefit for you, for the most part, on the YouTube. I'm sorry about that. But these people are paying, so I've got to give them preferential treatment. But yeah, so tier 3 now, like I said, the live Q&As, we'll probably try to do 2 of those a week. Hang on one second. And this I'm trying to get away from the camera. This motherfucker following me. Hang on. There we go. All right. But yeah, so tier 3, you'll get the live Q&As. I'll probably do those twice a week. I'll look to do at least 1 book review a month. So that means if it takes 2, 3, 4 lives to get through a book review, like how you see me writing the review here. Where is it? How you see me doing a book review here? We'll put the book review up in a video format, so that could be another tier 3 obligation. And then we can do Q&A on the book. And the purpose of doing the book presentation is just to present to you the material in the book. Just what the book says, not my opinion about it, not my feelings, not how I break it down and utilize it. It's strictly, hang on. I gotta fix this young man's fingerpiece. But it is strictly, just to share what the book is saying. And then you make of the information what you will. But then Also, since I know it's legal now to sell book summaries, once the book summaries are up with the PDFs, you'll see them. For those of you in tier 2 and 3, you'll see me do a book review for it. So I'll do it like I did on the library page on Instagram. You'll have the front of the book, you'll get the content, you'll get the back if there's anything, so you can check it out. I'll put the ISBN 10 and ISBN 13 number, the ASIN number, and I forget what the other digit is to find the book. So y'all type them numbers into Google, and then Google will show you all of the retailers who are selling it and at what prices, so that you can find the book at the cheapest rate that you can. Or better yet, if you don't want to buy the book and you just want the PDF, your boy also bought a PDF scanning machine. This is why I need until the fall, because I'm only one dude. It's going to take a lot of work, and I got to make all these lessons on the gram first before I can get to all the extracurricular stuff. So the PDFs, like books like these, right? What I'll be doing is I'll be making my own PDF. So you'll get the PDF with my highlighting in it. If it's got my handwriting in it with my notations, you'll get all of that. So all that experience that a lot of people enjoy from the Instagram with my notes and handwriting, you'll get that. I bought a Caesar scanner, so y'all can Google it. It's a quality scanner. I spent like $700 on it or something like that, where I can scan a 600-page book in like 6 minutes or something like that. So for those of y'all in tier 3, so that's the $25 tier, y'all will get the PDFs for free. So anytime y'all want a PDF, we're like, yo, I seen you post this book that's in the library. It's book number 35 on the library list, because I'll put them in numbers. Then just holler at me in the message, and then I'll email you the PDF. Or if it's not made, and I can get a clickable link where you can click on it, and then and just download it for yourself, then we could do it that way. Trying to think what else. For tier 2, folks like that, what will happen is, if y'all want the PDFs, you'll just have to give a donation of like $2 or something like that. Probably charge you $1 or $2. Or if you want to get PDFs in bundles, let's say like 10 of them for like $10 or something like that, 10 of them for $8. I don't know. I haven't figured any of that out yet. But we will have all the books that you'll see in the library. Eventually, I'll make PDFs of them. So then anytime I go and do live lectures where I come to your city, once we generate enough traffic, or y'all come to me wherever I throw the lecture, I won't have to bring all the books with me. I can just literally load any book that you want. I'll have it saved to my external hard drive, and then we can do the lesson, and we can go to the actual pages and show people and read it to people. So it's not me just telling you my opinion. I'm showing you what the evidence says and what the author says. So that's kind of the plan and the goal. I didn't mean to have this go 30 minutes. But I just want to say I appreciate y'all patience. Thank you for sticking with the page, fucking with the page, the Patreon. There's a lot of decent lessons on there already in terms of the distilled water. She having events. Yeah, in terms of the distilled water, there's some posts on the angels. We'll get into those a little bit deeper. And then you see the Jade Helm ones that we're working on right now. So right after I shut this down, I'm gonna get back to doing that. First, I gotta handle my business with this, my employment, my career, and then I'll get back to working on the Patreon. So I'm hoping to have everything done for you. For the Jade Helm breakdown, man. But like I said, if there's any questions, any suggestions, any criticisms, the whole thing, if you on the Patreon, especially, I'm not gonna tell you I don't care about your opinion necessarily if you're not on the Patreon, but for anybody on the Patreon in particular, any criticisms, I would respect it if you just come to me and lay the criticisms on my lap or on my table. Don't feel some type of way based on a misunderstanding or based on my lack of time management in the last 2-3 months. just come to me. We could sort out a result. We could sort out even if you wanted the reimbursement. We can do all that. I've already done that for a couple people. Oh, there's somebody that was on my last Instagram page. I think the name is like CJ or CRT something. Um but you were in the tier number 2, I believe. So holla at me because you were in there for 2 months and we were chopping it up on the DM, and I never took a snapshot of your page so I can keep in contact with you when they got rid of the last page that they got rid of, the second library page. So just holla at me. If you're not on the Patreon, then email me. If you don't have the email, go back to the Patreon and message me because I think we can still message each other even if you're not subscribed. But oh, and then also I have the Nappy Draws page. So Nappy, NAPPY DRAWLZ, no underscore, all one word, Nappy Draws, and then like Raspy Rolls, but Nappy Draws. Nappy Draws. Oh, well, yeah. So yeah, just find, you can find me there and then holla at me, man. Or if any of you have a issue that have been in any of these tiers, except for tier 1, because y'all have been getting what you're supposed to get, except I need to pick up the pace. That's all. Just appreciate the fact that I'm trying to make everything so palatable for you that you don't need to watch any documentaries. At this point, you're making business investments or making business moves. And when I say business, I'm not just talking like corporate. I mean like making smart moves, making plays. You know what I mean? So yeah, my nose is itching me. It's these damn nose hairs. Nigga getting old. But I don't want to waste y'all time. Thank you for the 10 or 11 or 12 of y'all that came in. It was like 10 max. I don't know if there's a couple different people. Thank you. If y'all have other people that are on the Patreon that you know of, tell them like, yo, this nigga finally got the videos up. Tell them, let them know. I'm gonna put the link right now into the Patreon, and I'm gonna get back to work, working on this quantum computer section. I think you guys would be interested in. Somebody else has joined. I'm about to end it right now. My bad. I didn't teach anything. You'll be able to watch it. I'll let it load up to the YouTube so you can see kind of what's going on. And then let's get it cracking, man. All right, one. Your stream will stop immediately and you will no longer be viewed. All right. All right, y'all. One.